Acme the leading international moving image centre? Acme's charter deals evenly with all forms of the moving image, without the bias of some older collections towards interactive, art or film. This broad approach allows us to select not only the best of each medium, but also to look at the common themes and motivations of all forms of moving images and technology. Telling a story, engaging the senses as fully as technology will allow, encouraging identification, suspending disbelief. In short, creating sensation in every sense of the word. Everything the moving image has traditionally sought to do, so do we. The exhibition needs to work on two levels. It must have a strong intellectual base, but have high impact for the general public. It must be a hit with the critics and public alike. So what might the world's most extraordinary exhibition look like? A walk into, through, and behind the screen. The moving image in 4 dimensions. First, a fantastic entry feature that provides an awe-inspiring drawcard. Inside, the large-scale immersive experience of the blockbuster is mixed with the personal, interactive and creative and peer-to-peer aspects of the new media. A genuinely new approach to the relationship between the exhibition and the visitor. A world first, and an approach that reflects what is happening in the world of the moving image today. The movement of the viewer from a passive consumer to a creator of content and meaning. An exhibition that allows the visitors as a group to help create the experience and display what is important to them. This is, after all, a popular culture. Using a personal interface, as simple as a mobile programmed proximity reader or an Acme supplied mobile touchscreen or barcode activation, visitors post their own guides to their favorite things in the gallery or select the most frequently played clips of certain eras. These can be accessed by all other visitors, providing unique viewpoints on the collection. After all, why should curators have all the fun? Let everyone have their say, within reason. Objects feature strongly. The experience must be one that the audience cannot achieve in their home cinema, no matter how fancy. So while we will see lots of moving image, it can't be the only thing we see or do. There are several ways the exhibition could be structured spatially. The initial option, sensation, shows how the experience and charm of the illusion is shared by all genres of the moving image. It treats the history of film and television concurrently in a single large space, incorporating a major feature, before blossoming into discrete spaces for art, new media and games at the end of the timeline. Satellite spaces are used to explore smaller themes and stories. Another option highlights the social and creative impacts of technology by taking a chronological approach, breaking the history of the moving image into 3 distinct 50-year phases. 1895 to 1945, the birth of film and the public passive spectacle. 1945 to 1995, with television and the private and passive sensations transitioning into games and interactivity. And 1995 onwards, with the emphasis on interaction progressing through to creation. 3 large interpretive spaces are used, with satellite spaces to explore individual media types. Yet another might emphasize convergence, showing how genres of the moving image are united across time by common themes. Here, a short chronology is followed by a large interpretive convergent space, surrounded by individual spaces for different themes. Other spatial schemes are possible too. Within each scheme, we can use various techniques for object and image display. For instance, we could play with the concept of space and the fourth wall, creating physical relationships between the finished moving image and the object that created it. The selection of the final spatial scheme and techniques will depend on what you want to emphasize and needs your input, as does selecting the right team of people, which brings us to the question, how will we work with you to create it? By tapping the best minds in their respective fields and using that talent collaboratively. We don't have all the answers, but we know how to get them. After consultation with the Acme team on basic strategy, we'll jointly select experts in the appropriate fields. Workshops with small groups of experts and academics follow, and then teams that might pair a screenwriter with an academic or an artist with a critic will refine content and storyline. A physical design will follow that, in conjunction with commissions to artists and innovators currently working in the industry, will ensure we showcase the best of local and international production. That's not to say we're looking for consensus or a lowest common denominator approach. Rather, we would prefer a range of viewpoints that challenge the visitor to react. CMD and its partners are used to working collaboratively in this way, managing large numbers of stakeholders, often with different agendas, both commissioning and facilitating artists to achieve their visions. Even executive production of a few firsts in the history of the moving image in Australia. Based in Melbourne, selecting CMD would be showcasing Victorian innovation in addition to facilitating a close working relationship. The final collaborator in this exercise will be the visitor. They will be able to select, personalize, and communicate content with each other to make this exhibition unique, not through the web or online, but on-site, adding a time-based factor to the development of the exhibition and making it truly reflect the innovation of the moving image in Australia.